Oh crap, man. So fuck up. Oh. Hey guys. How do we... There we go. So hello. Welcome back to another video. Yeah. So today we got Josh Bull from Bill Harris. He'll be joining us here in a minute. Done. 8:45, he'll be on. So yeah, high set incredibly low right now. Yep, we just woke up a while ago. I don't know. I really don't like waking up that early. But it was for Josh Bull, man. Anything from Josh Bull. It's surprisingly hot up here this morning. Wasn't gonna wear any pants, but it's alright. We can get through the day. No one can't make it again. He's sick, of course. Sickness got him. Let's put this one on just in case. No saying. So it makes it look like I'm professional till he gets on, but let's do it. A lot to cover up on. Michigan beat Alabama to go to the championship. Congrats to them. And then, as you can tell, all the orange in my room, I'm a Texas Longhorns fan, but you know what? It was a great game. It was a great game. I loved it. And I'm happy that Washington won. Like, I came out a little bit. It was pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy that we made it to the playoffs, at least. But we're not gonna have Evers at all. We're gonna have Arch Manning. Hopefully next year. Hopefully he doesn't transfer. Hopefully he doesn't transfer, you know. But hair's a little long. But well, you know, everyone makes a decision. So, since we're talking about business today, I wore whatever, like a nice shirt. I have a Mustang shirt on and my diesel hat. It's a little nice to do for someone. I'm still freaking tired. But everything's good, man. Everything's good. Everything's good. Got a lot to do. If NFL wants Jim Harbaugh, then he might be going back to, clearly it might be Patriots or someone else, but if I was Patriots, I would try to grab Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is a pretty good guy. I like him. I like John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh. The Harbaughs. But all in all, everything went well. Ohio State lost. But we got this year. Well, technically next season, but 2024 season's gonna be alright for us. I hope. I really hope. I hope so. It means a lot. But what do you say? It's the playoffs. Anything goes. It's all one team. Clearly it was Michigan and Washington. I'm still freaking tired. So yeah, everything is going well. Hopefully I send the right one. I'm gonna have this up here, just in case. If he doesn't join in, I'm gonna do his Gmail. Yeah, hold on, guys. Let me put you back on here. Hold on. Just in case if I didn't get it on there, I'm gonna have to do this one. J. Is it? Bill Harris. Holy shit. There we go. I sent him the right one. Clearly it wasn't right. Default email. I have to move the cars. So yeah. I don't know if I showed you guys my new cars. They're kind of new. I showed it on my old video where I was showing you my diecast. But I changed things up to my diecast stuff. I put Dale Earnhardt Seniors in the cabinet, in the diecast cabinet, because I think that's what more respectful way. Because I got, like, well, I just put 2 cars in there and put 3 cars in there, and I'm gonna show my collection about Dale Earnhardt Senior. So I have them in there. On top is Dale Jr. stuff, his number 8 car, and his 288 cars, his Xfinity 88, and his old Sprint Cup. I think, yeah, old Sprint Cup car. When they had that wing on there, that wasn't really well. But what I had in there was Kevin Harvick's car. I had his championship year. This is his playoff car. No, it doesn't say anything about playoffs, but I would say it has playoffs because they're yellow. Because if you're in the yellow with the yellow stripe up here, you're in the playoffs. So there's no yellow up here, so there's no playoffs. It's okay, but what do you expect? Kevin Harvick is really good. He just retired, so he's not in the race anymore, but he's in the race booth, which is pretty cool. So I got that one. I love this one. I love this one so much. His Gravedigger. Even though he didn't win this one, but it was pretty cool. His son, for Father's Day, told him to do this paint scheme. He had Gravedigger come. Ford Mustang, of course. I'm going to show this to Josh Bull. And if you can see a little closely, his next gen car. This one's the same year that he won 2 in a row. Same year of what this car was. No. Yeah, same year because of the spoiler. You can tell what year this was. This was 2020. 2020 season. Yellow! There we go. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Hey, Dylan.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Going good. How about you?
Doing great.
I was just showing them my diecast stuff I have. I got my own Kevin Harvick car right here. Mustang.
No, that's pretty cool.
Since you guys are Fords, I got my own Ford right here.
We gotta get you one of those.
Oh yeah, you gotta love Kevin Harvick for those Mustangs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. This is Josh Bull from Bill Harris Ford in Longville, Ohio.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you for coming, man.
Absolutely.
So I want to start off. So you're the boss man at Bill Harris Ford. You run it. What is the most challenging thing about being a salesman at Bill Harris?
Well, let me clarify one thing. I don't run it. I've been given
Right.
the opportunity to be the manager, sales manager. When we first opened the dealership in November, it was very slim. It was Dylan and myself, and we had two people in service. And the staff that we had at that time really leaned on me just because I had experience in doing those other things. So from the outside looking in, yeah, it's very humbling, and it's nice to hear somebody say that. But that is my goal, and that's the reason why I've been given the opportunities, because I treat the business like it is mine. Um, from picking up trash, organizing things, cleaning up, all the way down to the minutia of the business itself, the work. Um, the most challenging thing I think about sales, it doesn't need to be car sales, is exactly that. It's about the people, right? We're all humans. So I used to be a construction foreman, which I was successful at, and I don't mean that by making a lot of money, but I was good with people. I learned a lot about myself, and the tricky part about business is that we all wake up sometimes in a bad mood, or we don't feel well, or we have a fight with our spouse, or we've got bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Life is real, so it's a little bit different than going to a factory, which I have experience in, and you show up, you clock in, you do the work, hopefully you don't mess anything up, and you go home with all your fingers and toes. But in this, it's a mental game, so it's a lot about who we are as people and how we actually can maintain the day with conversation, our own mental state, and work through those things. And as a business, we train on that stuff almost daily, because that's the reality of where we're at, right? If we're not on our A game as people, no matter what we're doing, then the business, no matter what it is not going to thrive, and we're not going to be successful each day.
How many years is this for you?
So I started in the car business in 2010. I worked at Donnelly Ford. I was living in the St. Louis area in Illinois for a while, and I had moved back and had nothing planned. And I met up with George Hitchcock, who I had no idea who he was, and he was working there with his uncle Damon. So they brought me on. I learned a lot. I sold cars for about a year, and then I worked in the service department under the late Chuck Griffith, who was a great character and a mentor of mine. But he's also a big NASCAR fan.
Oh, yeah.
And then I actually went to Galleon and was running the service department for them there for a period of time before I got into my own stuff in construction. But so I was there for 3 years, and then I've been with the Harrises about 4.5 years now, which seems like yesterday. But um, yeah, so that's the experience I have time wise.
Nice. I would say getting. I live right behind you guys. Like I live right up behind you. I'm like right up the hill.
Hmm.
I can see you guys just from the window from upstairs. I can just see you guys down there. I would say my experience between like Bill Harris Ford and Bill Harris Chevy and Dodge.
Hmm.
I would say at all the dealerships I went to and where I got my car at, you guys actually treat. I would say for me personally, I think you guys treat me better. Like down here at Bill Harris Ford, I'm like, wow, I like these guys. They're really nice. I really like them.
Yeah.
And you guys know me by person and all that. But I would say Bill Harris is probably the best. Don't get me wrong, Donnelly Ford's okay and all that, but Bill Harris Ford is by far the best for me.
So the company was founded from Aaron's grandfather and Scott's dad, Bill. And one of the things that he set up from the beginning was he wanted to be the distinctively different dealership. And that's from the outside, it's just a phrase, but when you do it and work it and live it, we have a set of core values that we live by, and that's the pillars that hold this business up. Now, you can't make every decision in business based on money, because if you do, then your reputation is just that. Customer service is expensive sometimes, and it's also hard to do as people, because sometimes you get frustrated and you don't want to do things, or maybe you feel like you shouldn't have to. But when you look at it from a big picture perspective, it goes back to the comment I made about just being people, right? And that's the best that we can be. We are never, and we do not say negative things about other dealers, and we won't ever do that, because our goal is just to provide an experience that people aren't getting other places.
Yeah.
And in doing that, it takes work, right, to remember a person's name.
Yeah.
I was working at Luke over in Worcester. A lot of people know that company, and I got selected to go to this meeting one time with at that point a congressman, Jim Renacci, and there was probably 40 to 50 people in the room. This gentleman said hello to everybody, shook hands on the way in, and when we left the room a couple hours later, he remembered almost everybody's name. Now, the skill of that stuck with me of, okay, well, it's a persona, right, that you want to be recognizable, but at the same time, you want to be that person that's known for caring about others, and it's hard to do. So when I experienced that with him, I was like, man, if I do anything, I need to work on remembering people's names, faces, and complimenting people too, right? That helps you trigger something in your brain to like, okay, I remember this about that person. So
Yeah.
we take it very serious, and that's the reason why we have that reputation, is because yes, it's a car business. Yes, we make money. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in business if we didn't. But it's about the people that we encounter, and we want to make friends rather than just dollars.
Yeah. So I always wanted to know this, but so how do you? Because I know some of the cars out the lot are all used and they come in trade in, but so how do you get the newer cars? Like you guys just got the new Bronco
Hmm.
and the Mustang. How do you guys? What's the how do you say it?
Process.
The process of it? Yeah.
So the process for used cars, I buy them from auctions. There's all around the country, there's auctions. Manheim is a big auction. There's Ford, what they call closed sales, that only Ford dealers can buy from. Facebook Marketplace, I like to buy local from people if I can. And of course, trade-ins. I think on average, about half of the car deals that we do, we get a trade-in with that, which helps. And then the new car side of things, with Ford Motor Company, I've got a system where I can actually order them. The tricky part for a new dealer is, for us being, Bill Harris Ford,
Yeah.
we are playing the game of a new dealer. So when you're established for a very long time and you show history of purchasing and selling, then you get more allocation, because they say, hey, okay, you can do this, so we're going to give you more. We're still in the building game right now, but we're already 900%. We finished the year almost 900% better than what Ford thought we would for the year. So that's really great, but that's how we do it. And then I've got a computer system where I go on there and I can build by each model, and it tells me what I can get and when I can. And then, when they get here, they get here.
Oh,
The
nice.
tricky part about getting them is, COVID really messed things up. The auto strike was no secret to anybody in the country, but that really delayed things. And people don't realize that the average car has about 27, maybe 30,000 pieces that make it up, and those do not all come from one factory. So when we need something, not me, but when the company, Ford Motor Company is trying to build a car, those pieces are coming from all over the world. So that delay can be magnified or intensified pretty quickly by not be able to get things, and that's a delay of getting cars. And that's why some dealers, like myself, being smaller, don't have as many as what you might see in Cleveland or Columbus or Akron.
Yeah. So do you were you ever at the Bill Harris Chevy at all?
Yeah, that's so I started when I started there. I was working at the Chrysler store. I sold there for about 3 months, and then got the opportunity. Had some conversations of, would you like to transition into management? I did that, and then when COVID happened, I actually got laid off for a period of time because we were cutting down like everybody was. I came back from that. I continued training under David and Aaron to learn, and then I became the finance manager, and I was doing that for about 3 years, give or take. And then we had the opportunity to purchase the Ford store.
Nice. Yeah, that wasn't. That was like. That was a while. That was last year of.
November, yeah, November
November.
1st of 22. Yeah, so we just
Wow.
celebrated, November was the first full year, which is pretty exciting.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
It's been. Man, I always thought what was going to happen because it was Cal Hans Ford. For everyone that doesn't know, I've grown up. There were some cars down there when I was a little kid. It was like 5 or 6 years old. There was cars down there, but I never really thought that it would. I ever would have pictured in my mind be like, oh, Bill Harris is here, but
Yeah. That's
out
a
of
tricky
nowhere.
process too, because when you have a franchise, you can't just sell it, right? It's like a sports team or something. There's region, there's area, there's control over that. And it's quite a lengthy process, which took, the better part of a year to get it wrapped up. And you have to be selected by a committee, like for example, Ford would say these people would be great, they would fit, and then they all have to agree to it. So um, I think through the work of God that the way things just transpired with Linda passing, uh, Kevin staying on with us to be in sales as what was his wish. We were all brought together for a reason, and the Harris family is the best family that everybody felt that they could entrust in this franchise and make it thrive in this community.
Yeah, and it's been amazing. It's
Yeah,
been
good to
really
hear.
nice. Um, I would say this. Being in this community since I was little, that I would say out of all the businesses, Bill Harris has given back to Longville. I think a lot more than some of our businesses have, but it's super nice to see that. But um, I'm gonna switch over to sports real quick.
Sure.
Did you get to watch any of the playoff games at all?
I sure did. Yeah.
Yeah, you a Buckeyes guy?
Yeah, I am a Buckeyes guy. It's
Nice. All right.
very disappointing. I think it's like the Cavs for me when LeBron was there. So LeBron and I are the same age. We actually our team had the opportunity to play St. Vincent St. Marian High School on a scrimmage, and if you look it up, it's on Sports Center from Stuart Scott, the non-top 10 plays of the week. He actually ripped the rim off the backboard playing against us and fell on his back. Stowe High School, I think, or I think it was Stowe High School. Um, but yes, I'm a Buckeyes fan, but when you like the Cavs, you always expected them to be great, right? And you're
Right.
so disappointed when they're not. And it's the same with the Buckeyes. They've been so dominant for so long. The transfer portal thing is really shaking things up to where it
Mm.
kind of goofy to see kids come and go, and that was not a good showing for the Buckeyes. Absolutely not.
No, that was a little too early.
Well, my brother,
You could at least stay for a
yeah,
little bit and see what happened. But yeah, I was surprised
brother
he.
is a diehard Michigan fan though.
Oh,
He lives in Texas, but he's a Michigan fan, and he was at the last home game in Ann Arbor, ran on the field when they
mhm,
beat Ohio State. So he's pretty pumped about them going. And I guess in retrospect, they haven't won since '97. So
yeah,
I don't want to see them win, but I'd rather them than Alabama or Georgia, right?
yeah. I don't know if you can see my room is a little orange and white.
Yeah, I
I'm
see.
a Longhorns fan,
Oh, that's
but
okay.
and Buckeyes guy, but I don't know how this happened. I was a little kid and I fell in love with Longhorns. But I said this to my friends like I'm a little upset that Ohio State lost because it wasn't really a game, but as long as that my team doesn't get blown out, I'll get upset. But if they're like they lost, but they were fighting hard, it was a close game. Then, all right, I respect that game. I like that game, but
You definitely got that, especially with
yeah,
Washington, one of the best quarterbacks that college football's seen in a while, and he had a chance to win it at the end. Same as Alabama, one shot to do it, but yeah, that's a tough beat, man. They have one pass interference call away from going to the national title.
yeah. Have you been keeping up with the NFL lately?
I do, yeah.
Them refs, man. I would say that they just got downgraded, so they're no longer doing the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to transpire with that, but in any NFL game, I think it's people are more into college because it used to be about the fight. Right now, it's more about the money. But with the NFL, uh, it is disappointing. I guess if the Buckeyes are going to suck this year,
Yeah.
uh, at least the Browns have a really good shot at doing something. I think that's exciting for Ohio.
Yeah, I could agree. Uh,
I see you got a Steelers blanket in your background there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I kind of like the Browns now. Joe Flacco. I'm still surprised Joe Flacco chose the Browns. Browns chose him.
Yeah.
Ravens. Browns are going to crush Ravens' dreams.
Well, the Jets just released Dalvin Cook too, so or the
Uh,
Eagles, so maybe they'll pick him up and put him in the, he'll get a Super Bowl ring.
well, Cleveland's pretty rich, so I would see that happening. Uh, yeah, I would say. What was your favorite player growing up? In,
You know, I uh, I watched NBA when I was a kid. My dad was always into the Browns, but I think my brother and I, probably similar to you, like being a Texas fan when you were a kid, we liked the Cowboys because Emmitt Smith was huge when we were kids. So when we were playing backyard football, excuse me, it was Emmitt Smith that, Emmitt Smith that, and that's how we
yeah,
did it. When we grew older, I really like not the underdogs, but the working guys. Like
yeah,
Nick Chubb was a big fan of mine when he first came in because he was, a Browns player, but at the same time, he really just was a worker, right? I'm not big into the showboating. I hate when guys are down 40 and they get a first down and they're doing a dance and pointing, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
when we were athletes in high school, it was there was some jawing, but we were very into the game, and it was
yeah,
about let's do this and let the work on the court or the field speak for itself.
yeah. And also, you can cheer when you win.
And that's
That's
right.
when you deserve it. But
And thankfully, in high school, I had the opportunity to be on a team that was very successful. I think seventh grade we only lost one game in middle school, 2 years combined. I think our ninth grade year we lost maybe two or three games
yeah,
total. And then we went to the Sweet 16 my junior year and made it to the Elite Eight Division One my senior year. So it was a pretty fun ride.
nice. My favorite player, I have a bunch of Steelers guys, but my true favorite player of all time was always Brian Urlacher.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I owe it barbed wire tattoo,
yeah,
but James Harrison and Big Ben was my most favorite. But I would say, seeing the Browns now, I think they're giving back to their fans because 2017 it was so bad.
yeah, oh yeah,
That's what our Lonville team is like. They're like 2017 Cleveland Browns, but they're it's just that it's just that they weren't bad. It was just that they were working hard, but I would say they wasn't getting anything back.
couldn't put it together. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to do a football dinner for the Loudonville football team, which we do that often. I go speak and just talk about a few things, but very, very nice young group of kids and very polite and well mannered. And that was the biggest thing that stuck out to me. So I met the coach a few times and we've chatted, and I think they've got a good thing going. They've got a
Yeah.
good program. Hopefully, they can get back into that winning season.
Yeah, their coach is a teacher, and I would say I think a teacher should be a football coach too, because not only is he a coach, but he's also a teacher. He will teach you
Hmm.
and coach you, and it comes together.
At least the people do this for the love, right? And they
Yeah,
do it because they love the sport, but they also love mentoring and coaching, and that is a great connection there. And I tease with my wife. I say, I wish my job was different, so I had the time to coach. We've got four young boys, so one of them's already in the sixth grade. So it's like, man, I wish I could get to the point where and that's my goal, is to give back in that way because I love it. I'm passionate about it, and I think connecting with kids through sports. I met a lot of great people that have molded who I was over the years by sports, and I'm also in the mentorship program. Still with Ashland High School, we've got a dinner tonight there to kind of connect with the kids again, and it's a good thing to do, and it's needed, especially in these smaller communities. So I've actually talked to the coach about getting a mentorship program going here, and hopefully we can get that put together.
oh nice. Yeah, I a couple months back I was invited to coach for my buddy's flag football team.
Hmm.
because their other buddy was their coach, and they're like, okay, we're firing you, so you're out. So he asked me if I could be his coach for a little bit, like a couple days, and see what a couple weekends and see what it would look like. So we won our past 2 games, and he was like, "Hey, can you be our coach full time?" I was like, "I don't even know." Like I already had a migraine. I was like, "You guys give me migraines. No wonder why you guys were losing." But I
Like
was like,
football, tricky
"Yeah,
too.
yeah." I was like, "You know what? I'll be your coach, but I at least get something out of this. Like, I don't want no money, but I think at least I need something out of this.
Yeah.
So I'm getting free meal out of this. So
Yeah. There you go.
he's buying dinner."
You gotta do it for the love.
Yeah, so we've been doing that for a little bit, but we haven't done it this weekend, last weekend because of the New Year's. But I think we're going to be done for winter time because they're
Yeah.
little girls because they can't handle the cold.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, it is, but
Difference between playing in Miami and playing in Cleveland.
yeah, I was supposed to have my buddy here who's my co-host. He's sick right now, but
Oh, that sucks.
yeah,
Hopefully, he's feeling better.
yeah, and his tire joints for his tires are coming
Ball joints.
ball joints. Yeah.
We gotta get that guy a car. Tell him to give me a call.
I told him I was like, dude, go to Bill Harris. It's in Laudonville.
Yeah.
It's
we'll
a
get
Ford
him-
Escape.
We'll get him hooked up.
Yeah, he's been talking. He's been working on it. He got everything fixed up that he needed, but his ball joints. I'm like, dude, do not drive anywhere. But yeah,
Yeah, I've got a few more minutes. I've got a phone
Yeah.
call with Ford here in just a little bit. What other questions do you have specifically? Maybe just about you know, maybe
Bill.
me. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you? To, I'm trying to think here. So I want to talk about. Is there going to be any more changes to Bill Harris Ford? Any changes at all?
Like physical changes.
Yeah, like
Yeah, so the business, when you have a franchise, they usually look the same. Every McDonald's looks the same. If you notice a Chevy dealership, they all look the same. So, a part of, purchasing an older building, we've done improvements, interior, exterior things like roof signs, stuff like that, paint. Uh, Eventually, as the company grows, we will probably be needing a new building just to keep up with that. So, I don't know how many years that will take, but that would be the goal to have the business thrive enough to say, yeah, we can build a brand new building in Loudonville, serve the community and the surrounding areas, and make it work, right?
yeah,
Uh, that would be, that is in the future. So just around here, probably this year, you'll probably see like parking lot stuff and things like that.
yeah. Um, I want to ask you like a personal question.
Sure.
I can see you're wearing kind of like a blazer there. Um,
Mhm.
so you dress up nicely because you're a car salesman and you got to dress nicely. So, where's your go-to if you're not wearing a blazer? What's your go-to clothing and what kind of shoes do you wear?
My go-to is a pair of boots, usually cowboy boots, and some jeans and a t-shirt and a hat.
Yeah.
Wear a lot of hats because I'm bald. You can obviously see
Mhm.
that. But yeah, that's my comfort. And in the summertime, I try to golf when I can, and I like to be comfortable. So if it's really hot, I'm just in like a polo or t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah. I
Just
try.
be comfortable.
I love golfing, but I suck at it. But I'm enjoying it. It's really really calming when you're playing golf. But for me, I rage.
Yeah, it can be frustrating, right? And especially when you
Yeah,
become just a little bit good at something and you're like, well, I should be better. I should be, golf I love for that same reason because it's myself against myself and
yeah,
you can do it. And then when you succeed, it's amazing. And when you fail, you're like, wow, this is terrible.
yeah. My buddy who,
Keeps me coming back.
yeah, my buddy who, my co-host who is a golf fanatic. He loves golf. He played for our Longville golf team, and I think, yeah, he played for our golf team. He and I went golfing one time, and I was like, I kind of want to try it out, see how it goes. And so I said, yeah, we can go. for the first couple holes, I was beating him. He was getting a little upset. He's like, "You're bad at golf, but you're beating me." He's like, "I played in high school, and now I'm like..." So yeah, I got my butt whooped after that.
Sounds like you're not too as bad as you think you are then.
No, it's just I need to work on my swing and my aim. I'm usually aiming that. If I want to go that way, I'm this way or that way. But yeah, always.
If it was that easy, everybody would be playing PGA Tour, right?
Yeah. So you said you played football, high school,
No, I played basketball.
basketball.
Yeah.
What was your position in basketball?
Well, really, if you think about like the numbers, I was probably like a 3 or a 4, which we had some deep guys taller than me on the team, a handful of them. So the 3, like a wing player or a guard, and then if I needed to get big, I would play the 4 spot. But we had a very talented team, a lot of guys that were way more talented than I was, and we had a great coach. We worked very hard, and we ran hard. We
Yeah.
played hard.
Yeah. That was my dog. So yeah, you have a couple more minutes. So I want to last question for the podcast. What is your so every time after every end of my podcast, I'll ask them this. You got any advice for people who want to go into car sales and
Sure.
who want to be a car sales manager?
Well, yeah, I would say, first we're always looking for talented, outgoing, self-motivated people. So if anybody's watching this or anybody I mean, they're always willing to come in and talk, and it's not necessarily an interview, but it's just letting me know, hey, I've got people around, and when the time's right, I know who I can call for a second interview and things like that. But the advice would be, it's a lot of work, right? It's like anything that you do, and if you do anything, sales can be very mentally challenging because it's if you don't know it well and you haven't done it in a long time, it can be defeating. I would say that the advice would be don't ever give up on the fact if you want to try something. If you believe in it, you really need to get to a place where you can make your daily routine not about yourself and your personal goals through pride, but it's about how well can I help the company that I'm working for, and how much can I learn. So that would be, the thing with the best advice I would say would be have confidence in yourself, and don't let outside surroundings change that, and stick to who you are, what you believe in. And sales isn't for everybody, but a lot of times people that don't think they'd be good at sales actually find themselves to be successful because, well, it's just something they have, and then not everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to try. Don't give up easily if you do. That would be the advice.
So everyone, I just want to thank you guys for coming in, joining me, talking to Josh, and I want to appreciate everyone for the support of the podcast. Our part 5 of the podcast, our 5th guest, start of 2024. I thank you, Josh.
Thank you very much for having me, and shoot me a text. We'll do it again.
All right, thank you, man. Have a great day, and good luck at your meeting. Hopefully it goes well. But
Oh yeah, please do.
well, enjoy your time, man. It was good seeing you.
Absolutely. Take care. Thank you.
too. Yep, bye. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was incredible. I just want to thank everyone that did that. But it'll be back soon screen. I am not done yet. I want to show you guys my YouTube channel for everyone. Make sure you guys go in here. We'll go check in here and why YouTube. We want to go right here. YouTube. Go right here. My channel. It's right here. It's my name. Make sure you find this one. White with headphones with microphone. Find that with this. So yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll have my podcast and some video game content or live streams. Thank you guys so much for the support. Yeah, it was our first ever business guy businessman. I just want to thank you guys for that. 2022, 2021, 2022 was pretty good years. 2021 we started our podcast, and I want to thank you guys for that. Our 5th guest, part 5. Man, I really want to thank you guys so much for that. Other thing is, we have some other guests I want to read out to you that I still don't have it scheduled. I need to write them down. So our guest is going to be Hard Hat Music. They are a band. I'll let you guys know when that's coming. My dog's barking. We got Jordan Steinman, Rowan's uncle. We need to get him on. What else? Need to talk to, go right down this band real quick. Redivider. I had Jesse Baker on, who's the lead singer of Redivider, but I want to get the whole band on there. We had Rowan on the podcast. Trying to think. Other businessmen. I might have some. Since I have Bill Harris Ford, I might have a Bill Harris guy from Chevy on here. Harris. Chevy. There we go. So yeah, I want to think of everyone else. So we ended it a little early because he has a meeting again. Of course, meetings. No, but yeah, it's hard for guys like him. He is the goodness gracious. It's hard for them because it's a business, and it's also your car sales manager, and you have to be part of the meetings. So yeah, I'm really happy of what it's been going on, and I'm really happy how it's going. Other thing is, so yeah, everything that's going on, it's been amazing. So, what I want to talk about is, since we had him on the podcast, I was thinking that we should get some of my friends on that are not into the business, but we could talk about some other stuff, some gamers and Twitch streamers. So what we're going to do is I'm going to write down some names and see how it goes. I'm going to write down some names. Ooh, I might have weekly. Weekly guy. Chevy. Bill Harris, Chevy guy. One of them. Write down some names I might have on the podcast. I'll let you guys know if they're coming or not. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys. Okay, that's 5 people. So yeah. We have Hard Hat Music coming on. I'll let you guys know what day or the weekend. Jordan Steinman, he'll be on when we can get him on. Yeah, Redivider, Bill Harris Chevy, and Weeklies. But I'll talk to them. I might talk to my uncle Ian. Yeah, we might have another pastor on. Actually, Mario. Yes, there's a guy named Mario at church. Have him come on. I'll talk to him. You know what? Yeah. Seems like that's enough. I'll write down YouTuber. See if I can get a YouTuber on here. Athlete. We technically did have an athlete on. We had Daniel Blair on. He was a supercross rider. Arena cross, mainly arena cross, but yeah, you guys get it. But yeah, guys, thank you for the support on the podcast and some of the games I've been doing on the channel. Sucks that Ron wasn't here. He's been slacking, whatever you want to call it. It's been hard, man. It's been hard. But I just want to thank you guys. Thank you. So I want to end it here with one thing. With the thing I want to tell you guys. I'll give you some advice as well for a podcast or videos. If, like he said, don't give up on what you want to do. Okay, don't give up. You want to do a podcast? Find something you want to talk about. Like, I didn't have it here. I should have, but we could talk about this a little bit more. I'll have a podcast with Rowan and I, just both of us with no guests. We could talk about our journey through this and why I started it and why did I pick Rowan. Yeah. Make sure you have a topic. You could have multiple topics. But if you're going to have a business guy on here, like I had Josh on here right now, we just had Josh, make sure it's about business. You ask about the business. And if he's into sports, you ask, hey, you want to talk about sports after that? Yeah. So that's why I asked about sports. That's why I switched to sports. And that's why I asked him a personal question. Because I know Josh, but I don't know his personal life. But I know Josh through Bill Harris. He's a super cool guy. So I want to thank Josh. I want to thank Dylan for showing up. But yeah, thank you all for the support and love. Fifth guest. Let me look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, technically 6, but the other one was on Twitch. Duh. But yeah. Really happy. Thank you guys so much. I might have that guy who I had on Twitch because it fucking sucks. It freaking sucks. Yeah, might have him on again, or I want to try and get some Twitch streamers. I was gonna have my cousin Drew on, which I need to write that down. Thank you, my brain. Let's write down this gamer tag. No, I spelled his name. Here we go. Oh. There we go. There's some other names on here I might do. I need to speak to them. I have them on again and do YouTube. But yeah, again, finally signing off. Thank you for the support and love and support. Means a lot to me and Rowan. Rowan's sorry that he couldn't make it. He's sick. He was alright last night, but he's sick again. He had a cold, but I think he'll be having what I had. But thank you guys so much. Support, love. Make sure you... Tim the Tatman says this. Tell someone you love them. Alright? Not a whole lot.